everybody. Welcome to round number 6 of the North American Grand Prix Monday Night Open Wheel Championship, coming to you live this evening from the famous Silverstone circuit, the 1967 layout of Silverstone. And as always, I'm joined by my partner here on Monday nights, Brad Maris. Brad, welcome to the show.
Well, good to be here, Al, as always. A bit of a break tonight, huh? Over the last 3 weeks of the Death Race 2000 series we've had. been a tough couple weeks for the drivers, and we have seen a lot of fiery explosions, but should have a bit of a break here tonight in terms of drivers going off. Plenty of room to escape from trouble. We will see a few offs in this difficult car combination, but it's going to be a good night. And the times, Al, looking pretty damn close out there so far.
Yeah, we were talking about it prior to, as the guys just kicked off into qualifying, but we were talking about that lap times leading up to tonight's race. Pretty tight. I mean, about a second and change separating the top 15. So while these guys make their way out, going to take a quick look at the track map here tonight. Familiar with the modern Silverstone circuit, you'll see some familiar names here: Cobb, Maddox, Buckets, Jackal, Strait. There'll be some bit of a different layout, obviously, but just 8 turns, 4.71 kilometers around this track, and somebody off there. But yeah, it's going to be a great night. 43 lap race, but before we can get this thing started, these guys are going to have to jump in and qualify around this place. Pretty fast circuit, kind of oval-esque, I would say, Brad. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Similar, but these guys make their way around here for their outlap. Jump on board with Zach Hefner, currently third in the Drivers' Championships as he makes his way through Woodcut. Take his first flying lap here, Brad. Take it away.
Yeah, you got it. Coming up the tops that first corner, and it's probably going to be third gear for most of these guys, and indeed it is for Zach Hefner. Ooh, you can manage to run slightly wide off some of these corners, but you can't go more than about half a car, or it really starts to get upset. So that's a little Maggots complex, and Beckett's now. This could be a third or second gear corner. Looks like it's going to be third for Zach Hefner, perhaps with the short fuel, carrying a little extra speed and coming through the chapel. Looks like he's got a little traffic behind, and it's a long run down now through Hanger Straight. 2 right up. He is going to pull over, but
teammate right behind him. I'm checking over with Kurt right.
Yeah. But to continue on, 2 right-handers here, basically more or less the same type of corner. Snow, and then coming up short run down to Club. Boy, once again, third gear for Zach Hefner. Seen a lot of guys in second, but the gearing choices, of course, to each his own. It looks like it may be third gear in here for Club. Tiny bit tighter than the previous version in Stowe. Now, this next left-hander could potentially be flat out here through Abbey. So it's could be a bit of a lift. It's probably going to be a bit of a lift. If you're in traffic, it's definitely going to be a bit of a lift. Good luck going side by side, and that gets us back up to Woodcut again. So, and this Woodcut, kind of tricky. There's a few different lines you can take on entry, but you have to get to the apex, and boy, Zach Hefner really struggling here on the opening lap, but there you go. It's a lap of 67.
So Kevin Kirkbride jumping out to provisional pole with the 25.9. He finished second last week, carried 60 kilograms of ballast. And last week's winner, Philippe Samardo, is once again looking quick here, having taken pole for 3 out of the 6 races so far this season. He is currently up in the first 2 sectors. He's got 3/10 up on Kirkbride's best time for sector 2. He's backs out of it for some reason. Must have made a mistake. Carson's looking quick.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Parsons is looking all that fast or not. His practice times over the course of the week haven't been great, and as of last night, still not completely squared away on this Silverstone circuit.
A little bit of traffic ahead of him. Look through the first sector. Look through sector 2. He's up on both.
Yeah, 25.9 I think would really help Aaron Parsons out. That would definitely be his best lap ever.
Bit of a lift there.
Look, I have to lift all the time. I assume that it's close for me. I assume that somebody would be able to figure it out. Nice lap for Parsons.
Very nice lap, 26.1 for Aaron. Alan Jacobs into the pits, but clocks in with second quickest so far, just 0.02 of a second off of provisional pole. And Samar continues to look quick up in the first 2 seconds, up big in second 2.
Big in sector 2, so the best lap we saw was from Philippe Samard at about a 25 mid. Oh, that's not going to help.
Oh, and he backs out of it again.
Boy, I mean, you know, he is down there in 16th, Al. You might as well go ahead and finish your lap off, you know. You might, you know, if you only move up into 5th, well, at least you're up into 5th.
Yeah, you got one in there. Put one in the bank.
Yeah.
Jesse Olsen and Parsons both on flyers. Seventh. Looks like that you're a little behind in the second side, on the first section.
Yeah, a lot of green popping up. We're going to see this. There's really only so many ways that you can get around this circuit, right? The only question is how well can you get around it in that kind of way you have to do it. I know that makes no sense, but trust me, it's the truth.
Let's see, Olsen jumps up to 5th. Zach Hefner and Taylor was looking quick in practice. Up in sector 2. A lot of guys taking it wide. And Taylor now with the personal best 25 seconds, going to bring him up to provisional pole. Nice lap from Matt Taylor. Guys watching, I made some audio adjustments here on my outbound, so you can hear me or not. On board now with Chris Moses. Currently slotted into the 8th position, but looking good in the first sector. Had a nice race last week at Spa. Again, we finish off the first half of the season tonight. 12 race schedule is round 6. So Moses looking to turn his season around, I'd say. Right about now, up in sector 2. Smart up in sector 1. Wheel off in a jerk here for Moses.
All the way down into 3rd gear, which is interesting. I haven't seen anybody else down there in 3rd gear, but Moses still looking strong. According to his performance delta, he is... Oh, had a run at the pole!
Takes it very wide, but has slotted up to 2nd. Let's see, Houston was looking quick. Yeah, he did have a shot at pole. Let's jump in with Samard as he has got a good lap going here. In the first 2 sectors, so this should very nice good time. This should be a full 7 lap. It is a 125.3 on the nose for Philippe Savard. Taylor remains in 2nd. Moses exiting the pits. Kirkbride currently in 4th. Alan Jacobs has dropped down into 5th, John Houston in 6th, and Parsons in 7th. Kevin Miller looking second race there. Tough week last week for him. He's currently in 8th. Hefner back at 9th. We're surprised to see him back there. Casey Olsen back at 10th. Bill Vick making his Monday night debut here. Was looking quick in the practice. He is currently in 11th, and I believe he's probably got a little bit more pace than the time he's currently showing right now. So I can dip into the 25s in practice. Ooh, I was just moved over to Samard as he was up, and he takes it off. So Vic back there in 11th. Brian Robbins running in 12th, followed by Gary Roth in 13th. Greg Myers running in 15th position. Currently, Traskell in 15th. Traskell, nice finish in 10th last week, I believe. Chuck Carter back in 16th. Peter Burke, currently 17th. Omar Gomez running in 18th. And Joel Ekman in 19th. Brian Story is currently in 20th. Jake Peepster, 21st. Mascarelli running in 27th, and we got a couple guys serving no calls. DeGraaf, Schubeck, Marvin, and Lemansky, who's not in the server yet. Andrew Warner should be running here tonight, not sure. Might be running a little bit, but expect him to be in the server here at the time. So, back on track. Looks like a lot of the guys are on out laps. Looks like Kirkbride may be starting a flyer here.
Moses on a flyer. Yeah, quick update. I had mentioned a 25.5 as the best lap in the week of practice. I was incorrect. It's actually 25.1 posted by Samard. 25.1 is the best lap we've seen on the server thus far.
Brought a 10th off in the 4th sector. First sector, I should say. There was some talk in the chat talking about the weight. I haven't seen weight play too much of a role with these cars up to this point, but there was some mention that this week. It does tend to be hurting the cars up a little bit, so we'll see how Kirkbride does up there. He finished second last week with Max Ballast at Spot. If you missed that race, he actually took the lead briefly in the last lap. Pretty exciting finish. Samard ended up with the win, but Kirkbride right there in second, and he jumps up to third now here in this qualified session. As Moses is the 10th off in sector number 1.
Yeah, all these guys, I mean, frankly, not looking as though they can mount a real serious challenge to Philippe Samard, unless they happen to find something here in this qualifying session. We haven't seen anybody really come terribly close to that time throughout this entire week of practice.
Off in sector 2. This could bring him up to second if he comes through Woodcock cleanly. Looks like pretty clean there. And he lost a bunch of time there in the final sector. Wow. No improvement for Moses. Remains in 4th. Alan Jacobs now starting a flyer. So getting back to what you were saying about the pace of Samard. Samard really is very quick, especially in qualifying, but as we've seen, the races themselves tend to tighten the guys up a bit. It's not a runaway by all means, you know, so one lap pace, it's impressive and all, but you got to be able to carry that into the race. We saw it last week where Samard qualified over a second up on second place and won by a second over Hefner. So.
Yeah, and qualifying does pose some of its own challenges. We've seen that some cars, and I think these also, to some extent, change handling characteristics quite a bit when you really take the fuel out of them. The car's way different for me. I got it set up from a guy so I can get some recon laps in, took the fuel out of it before this race, and the car did feel completely different. So it does make a difference to how they handle. And Samard he might be making some qualifying setup.
Bit of a slide there for Jacobs coming out of Abbey, and let's see if it affected his time. It looks like it did. It does not improve. And a good first and second sector. Unable to improve on his lap. Let's see for the back up there. On an out lap. Just over 10 minutes to go in the session.
Yeah, seeing most of those guys get crushed in that third sector, huh? So I wonder if Samard has really figured out how to get through Abbey. We've seen most guys, have to lift through there. So I wonder if Samard has got something figured out, able to carry a lot more speed coming down that long back straight.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, because he is really crushing the field. He might be in sector 2 and he's really trying to off. But yeah, you might be right. He's got him. He's figured out a way to carry a lot more speed. On board with F, 4/10 off in sector 2. A little bit of a bump on the inside curve in there. It can help your car out a little bit. It can get the rear of the car to turn and you get it right, but it looks like it helped out Hefner there a little bit. He comes around. So yeah, one of these guys really losing out in the final second. Taylor, he qualified. He took pole at Monaco. He's got one pole this season. And look at John Houston. He's way off there in sector 2. Houston with a big incident last week with Alan Jacobs. I think he dodged a bullet last week with that incident, but see if he could stay out of trouble this week.
Yeah, Houston actually did end up, of course, coming back to a relatively decent finish in that race, which is it's good for his team's hopes. Jacobs not come back as strongly.
Sector 1. With Kevin Miller. Miller pretty decent through the first 2 sectors.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's losing a boatload of time in sector 3.
Boatload is right.
Smart. Once again, trying to reset that, which he did. He missed it. He reset his personal best of the session with a 125.284. So, puts it by 200 of a second.
Yeah, and Moses now has jumped up, so he advanced his position, put in a good third sector time, so now running in that third spot behind Taylor. I was about to say behind teammate Taylor, Al.
Yeah, no, not this season.
No.
Moses continues on a flyer here. Recognizable part of this track is Woodcock coming on to Main Straight. That's about it. Maybe the Hanger Straight. Coming out of Chapel. But yeah, you're right.
Actually, I actually like the track, and it races pretty well, and it should race pretty well for these cars too. It's just that a lot of the corners are very similar, and you can really only drive it a particular way. Your entry and your exits. There's not a lot of room for creativity, right? So if you're on your lines, you're going to have a pretty good time of things.
Let me know if that's a little bit better with the engine sound. It's too low. So Moses does not improve, so he remains in third. These guys carrying enough fuel to run multiple laps here, so. And Moses on his third time lap. Parsons looking relatively quick here. I think we're going to turn up the engine sounds a little more. Oops. So where's Parsons? Okay, Parsons looking through the first two sectors. Oh, he's tiptoeing his way through that final corner. Not sure what happened there, but yeah, he lost a bunch of time. Moses pulls it into the pits under 5 minutes to go. Here, Phil Vitt making his debut here on Monday. As I said, he's currently in 9th. Good showing for Phil here if he can maintain this position.
Yeah, he's clearly gotten some pretty strong practice over the week, knowing that he'd be jumping back into the Monday night fracas.
Yeah, he's got a good first second. Yep. Yeah, he has run with us a few times on Thursdays, but this is a whole different animal.
Different subspecies. Nice run for Phil that time. I don't know who you're on, but that's who I'm watching.
Yep. Continue to watch Phil here.
Those times are pretty. These times are pretty tight. Phil Vitt has a chance to make a big move up the order here late in this session. Oh,
this is a bit of a bump there, but he does. He jumps up to 7th. Yeah, I think he lost a little time there. He hit that bump on exit, but yeah,
he's within 1/10 of 4 positions, Al. Yep. That one little bobble cost him 4 spots.
He's still going for it, so he's still got a flyer going.
I mean, to be fair, the line is like right off that corner, and I think some of the guys are intentionally like just blasting through it and just running wide on their last lap, right? Because it's a little faster. But you do have to get the corner, mostly right, or else you do lose some time.
Right. It's down 2/10 in sector 2. See where action here. Taylor having a good second sector. What Fry can do here at the line does not improve. Taylor's done. He's parked it. He have a chance to get back out there with one more flying lap. Second sector as well.
That's for all the marbles. Those times so tight there. That 2 through 10th place there. That's nothing between them.
Wide. Well, they set it up wide to get a quick exit here. Not a big drop. Not gonna happen. Let's see. Brian Story still out on track. He's gonna take it off, doing a little bit of lawn mowing. Let's
Yeah,
see,
Kirk.
everybody else is parked. Taylor may be able to get one last dash here.
I think so. The trouble is he's on an outlap, and Moses is screaming up from behind. Matt Taylor might need every single second. I don't think he can afford to let Moses go. Not going to matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, Moses got it wrong. 45 seconds to go.
Interesting. Taylor does pull over, so.
Both have one more shot here.
I don't know. I think it's still very close for Taylor. I don't even know if Moses can really get another one in. I don't. Sure.
Kevin Miller looking very quick here through the first two sectors.
Oh boy.
Ooh, he lost a bunch of time there in sector 3. So not going to be able to get it in here. 5 seconds to go. Can Moses get the clock started? Nope, he's going to pull it into the pits.
Taylor.
Not going to have enough time. Sectors are out. Meanwhile, Hefner at the last second jumps up to second.
Wow.
Clipping Taylor. So nice lap from Zach. Bill Vitt, meanwhile, he's got a flyer going.
Yes, he does. And it's bare tense from a whole bunch of positions once again.
Oh, a little too much. A little too much throttle there. It's throwing it off. Let's see. Who else is left out here? I think Taylor's done. Traskell, I think he's got a flyer going. Traskell's done. Oh, you know what? That's going to do it. Yeah, Taylor did not have enough time to get a lap in. So, Philippe Samard with his 4th pole position this season. With a 1:25.2, besting Zach Hefner by just over 0.4 of a second. So, a lot tighter qualifying this time around. With, let's see, 1 second separating 1 through 12, so that's pretty close considering what we've seen.
Yeah, very close. Philippe Samard did not get down to his personal best lap time, but he did not need it. That 25.2 is going to be plenty good enough for that pole position. And that Zach Hefner, some late race heroics, and pretty interesting, really, because he didn't see much of him in that whole qualifying period right till the end. And I suppose if you're going to put your best lap in, that's when you want to do it on your last lap, right? But that 2 through 7th position, those were covered by just 1/10 of a second, Al. So holy cow, that's close and bodes pretty well for the race.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. So nice job from both Samard and Hefner. So. Real quick, last time we ran here, we only run this circuit one other time, and that was in season 30 in the Ferrari 312T, the more modern version of the 312. And let's see, Luis Nieto still maintains a lap record with a 1:19.9 set on January 9th, 2017. And he went on to win the race. Got pole and won the race by 6 seconds over Matt Taylor, and John Houston was the last car on the podium. So, a little bit of history here at this track. So while we got a few minutes here, let's run down the point situation real quick. Kevin Kirkbride is your leader on Monday nights with 103 points, followed by his teammate Zach Hefner in second. Philippe Samard currently in third with 79 points. Ian Jolicoeur is not here tonight. He is going and driving for him, 62 points. And Aaron Parsons finished on the podium last week with 60 points. the team championship. It's starting to become a little bit of a runaway here for podium hunters. That's Zach Hefner and Kevin Kirkbride. They're leading with 190 points, followed by French Connection, Jolicoeur, and Samar with 142. And it's a bit of a drop-off between third place Team Rock Dam Band, that's Parsons, and Houston with 93 points. Captain Clutch, Matt Taylor, and Mark DeGraw with 86 points. DeGraw looking very good tonight, but with a no-call penalty. Watch for him. And PMR, Precision Motor Racing, the Purple Helmets tied with 50 points in fifth.
Quickly, another guy, Andrew Werner, also with a no-call tonight. In that substitute role for the French Connection, Andy and Jolicoeur also should have pretty good pace from the back, Al.
Yeah, as well as Lemansky. So keep an eye on those guys making their way through the field if they can. So let's take a look at the starting order here for tonight's race. It's, like I said, 43 laps. And it's another three-wide starting grid here, as we saw last week at Spa. The car's starting a little bit of a bend, but it's going to be Philippe Samard starting from the pole position, followed by Zach Hefner in second. Matt Taylor's going to start third. Chris Moses starting in fourth, and Alan Jacobs starting in fifth.
Yeah, Kevin Kirkbride's going to start sixth. Phil Vitt is in seventh. John Houston takes eighth. Teammate Aaron Parsons starts ninth. Jesse Olson's in 10th.
Ryan Robbins going to start in 11th, followed by Kevin Miller in 12th. Chuck Carter in 13th. Omar Gomez with a nice starting position there in 14th, and Joel Eckman's going to start in 18th.
Peter Burks in 16th. Gregory Myers starts 17th. Gary Ross 18th. Tom Traskell 19th. Jake Feemster 20th.
Ryan Story's going to start 21st, followed by Lou Mascarelli in 22nd. Mark DeGraw 23rd. John Wamping 24th. Schubeck's going to be 25th. And then it's 26th Lemansky and Warner in 27th. Pretty big grid here tonight, as we're about to go green from Silverstone.
This one's going to be fun.
And we are off. A great start here from Zach Hefner and Matt Taylor, as those guys are going to rock it out to the lead. Taylor taking the early lead here with a great hole shot on Samard. Moses takes it a little wide. Guys making their way down the hangar straight. Oh, guys swinging out way wide, Brad. Now Hefner having a look on the inside of Taylor. And Hefner going to be able to get it done here. They're still side by side, but it looks like it's going to be advantage Taylor. For the time being.
So far, so good, Al. I'm holding my breath here for the last couple corners.
Hefner giving Taylor everything he can handle. He's going to have a look on the inside of Taylor. I gotta tell you, this camera angles are not the greatest. Really tight first and fourth. On board with Kevin Kirkbride here, following Philippe Samard. Beckett. Might get a run on Samard here. So, Hefner having another look. To the back, Alan Jacobs has gotten around Chris Moses for fifth.
Yeah, it's so, these corners are so wide and so flat that it's very easy to defend your position, and it's very easy to overcook it as the guy. But yeah, boy, these guys have to be so careful.
What an incredible battle here for the lead.
Yeah.
We're on board with Kirkbride, but as you can see, these guys are really fighting. Look at there. Oh, very tight between Kirkbride. Oh, we have an off. Taylor, Hefner, Samai, off.
Precipitated.
Big incident way in the back. You got cars spread out. Wow. Wow, looks like that's Jacobs tangled up in the back. Guys are going here. You got one car stopped. That is, who is that, Brad?
I am not sure.
Looks like Hefner and Taylor might have had it coming together. Greg Myers back there. Samar back now, rejoins in 21st. That's moved Kevin Kirkbride out into the lead. Somehow managed to avoid all that. Chris Moses running in second, followed by Jacobs, Vitt, and John Houston.
Yeah, what a battle we had going for that lead. It was Matt Taylor who kind of precipitated that by hitting one of the bollards on the apex or something. And it kicked the car, and mayhem ensued, Al.
Jump on board with Taylor here. It looks like his suspension's okay. His steering looks okay, but man, he had a pretty wild spin there. Hefner back at 14. Looks like he's going okay. Samar got tangled up. So all of your front runners, for the most part, aside from Kirkbride, tangled up in that.
Yeah, and this is going to be a different track that these guys are going to be trying to struggle to come back on tonight. There are not going to be as many retirements here tonight as we've seen the last few weeks. So those positions are going to be harder to recover from for those guys that are back. Particularly, Hefner, and of course Taylor did well, but Philippe Samard is way back there, and will have to do quite a bit of work now trying to make up spots.
Wow, we got a couple, see Jake Ekman is out, Jake Teamster is out. We'll jump on board now with Alan Jacobs, who was ahead of Moses. He's trying to put the heat on Chris Moses here for third, and right behind them is Will Vick making his debut. He qualified 7th, now running in 4th.
Yeah, this is now the race du jour, but can these guys, as they race, pull up to our leader Kirkbride and those 60 kilograms? I don't know. But this has brought everybody back into play. Those front four seem like they might rocket off into the distance. And boy, things have sure changed. Ooh, Alan Jacobs hits the same baller. Same thing Taylor did.
Jacobs, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. And let's see, is Phil Vick going to be able to take advantage? No, he was very, very lucky there to hang on to the car and not lose his position. Lost a little bit of time to Chris Moses.
I don't know if there's a little ridge there or if those bollards are like solid. I've never hit them, so I don't know.
A little further back, Kevin Miller up to 7th, and he is chasing down Aaron Parsons. Behind them, you got Taylor and Traskell. Traskell running up in 8th, while Samard from 17th, that's fast lap of the race. And then further back, you got Wathen, Hefner, and you got a bevy of action here. Lemansky running in 14th, DeGraw. These are the guys we told you to keep an eye on, and they're working their way through the field. They're trying to, going back to that incident, there's something happened further back as well that caught several cars off. We saw Ekman, he is out. And Jake Beamer is out. So Phil Vick now coming under pressure here from John Houston. With a look on the inside, nothing there for Houston. While Jacobs has caught back up to Chris Moses.
what a shot in the arm for some of these guys though, who picked up at least 3 spots, right, Moses?
Taylor off again.
Oh.
So he's going to drop another couple positions. Chuck Carter, meanwhile, has moved his way up to 9. Zach Hefner looking to make his way past Peter Burke on the inside. Maggots, and he gets the pass made. Very risky move, but got it done. This is just pretty intense. I don't know where to look. There's stuff going on all over the track.
Yeah, no, it's a great track for racing, and we see small mistakes really allowing gaps to close. John Houston right now is all over Phil Vitt, and Phil Vitt was just all over Chris Moses, but a small mistake, and that's how these battles are going to change, lap to lap, corner to corner.
Jacobs with a run on Chris Moses into Woodcott. Oh, Moses with a gigantic slide that he hangs on to. And Jacobs gets the position. Nice job by Alan Jacobs.
Yeah, it really is. And Moses, I mean, to be fair, it looked like Moses probably had some speed on Jacobs until he got here in the race, and he's really come alive, going toward the front. And it seems to me like Jacobs, he might have enough pace to get up to Kirkbride.
With a look around Peter Burke, Samard in the mix as well. Samard has made his way through, made it 3 wide through there, and made the pass on both DeGraw and Peter Burke. What a sensational
risky.
pass that was. And the front has tightened up a lot more. Jacobs make a mistake. Those 3 really bunched up now. Yeah, Jacobs really sliding the rear of that car around, and Moses looking to take advantage. And he just might. He does. Bill Vitt get a run here on Jacobs. Enough to very risky pass attempt. That would have been Phil Vitt. These cars don't have the grip, obviously, that many of the modern cars. You can just throw it into a corner and stick for the most part. But
yeah, there's no dive bombing in these cars, because the only thing you're going to do is wreck 2 people. The guy in front can't make the adjustment, to kind of save you both.
Carter coming under some pressure here from Matt Taylor a little further back. Meanwhile, all this battling going on for second has allowed Kevin Kirkbride to jump out to a 4-second advantage over the field.
Yeah, that's why I think it was critical that Jacobs had gotten out front of Moses, because Jacobs doesn't seem to have the pace a little bit.
Big lock up for Chris Moses. Oh, Moses gets it wrong, and Jacobs is back past.
Wow, a very close moment for John Houston behind Phil Vitt as well, as he had to take evasive action for a Phil Vitt slide.
Aaron Parsons closing up on this battle here as well. Be a 5-car tussle here for second. Amazing, man. Someone just ran it wide. I think that was Houston. Meanwhile, Thomas Schubeck. Oh, he just clicked on the Schubeck. Boom! Into the wall. Nose first into the wall. Ouch.
That's not even broadcaster curse territory. That's actual curse territory.
He's got some serious front end damage. Schubeck. Make it back into the pits with service.
Jeepers. Shoots desperate for a result out. Just has not happened this season.
Bill Vitt on the inside of Chris Moses. And Vitt with an outstanding pass, and John Houston is going to take a position away from Moses as well. Moses appears to be running that car ragged at the moment. He's got Aaron Parsons closing in on him. what a great move by Phil Vitt and John Houston, and the fact that those guys stayed off each other was pretty remarkable.
Yeah, it was very close and good driving by all those competitors there. We don't really know what the blistering situation is like on these tires, Al. I wonder if that's going to come into play this race. They are working the rear ends of these machines very hard.
Ooh, oh yeah, so Vitt, yeah, now up to third. Kirkbride now sets fast lap of the race with a 26.9. And let's see if Vitt here can go to work on Alan Jacobs, who is running in the second position. Jump a little further back. You got teammates Chuck Carter and John Wathen running 14th and 15th. Behind them, Matt Taylor trying to reel them in. DeGraw, who started from the back, is Lemansky up. DeGraw, who started from the back of the pack, is now up to 11th, followed by Samard. In front of him, Kapsner has recovered to 9th. So that off early on for these guys is not really a bad. It could have been a lot worse. I mean, depending on their pit strategy.
Yeah.
These guys halfway will probably be around 21, 22 laps for these guys, but word on the street is they can get 32 laps roughly on a full tank. So we've seen
that battle for 15th is pretty strong, Al.
It's pretty intense. Yeah, so we're watching these guys going in 3 wide on board with Chuck Carter, who's lost a couple positions today. Gotten fast. We've seen the play so far is to run these cars pretty deep, late in the stint, put the gas and go, don't change tires, as Phil Vitt sets fast lap of the race.
Yeah.
And that's been the move. So
it has been. That's been the quick way to do it. It seems that you're saving more time in the pits than time out on track with short fuel, So that's what the guys are doing, and I expect these guys to run the full tanks till they're dry, more or less. I think it was Samard last week who was saying, Peter Burke makes a mistake now. But I think it was Samard last week saying he didn't really like to go with that strategy much. He kind of preferred to keep a little bit back, run a bit shorter fuel to start, but most of the guys I think are running full tanks and taking it as quick as they can.
Riding on board with Philippe Samard, this is a very important position for him. Zach Hepner is ahead of him in the championship, and these are desperate points for Samard.
Yeah, you have to think Samard will make it past, and you also have to think Hepner is not going to want him to. So yeah, you can see some fireworks from these guys. Again, it's pretty easy to defend and to kind of block for position in these cars. And it is at the same time kind of difficult behind to make desperate moves because it's very difficult to make them stick, right? So
now, as we were watching those guys, Phil Vitt has made his way past Alan Jacobs for the second position.
Yeah, that second place car, whoever it is, just can't seem to, get it straightened up, sorted enough to get up to Kirkbride.
Well, let's see what Phil Vitt can do here. He just set the fast lap of the race. 26.6, 2/10 quicker than our leader. Ooh, Jacobs.
Boy, that is a fast one.
Jacobs with a big counter steer there. Nice correction. But let's see if he can start clawing away at Kirkbride here.
Boy, Phil Vitt is not the guy. I got to be honest with you, Al. I would have picked to be running second and trying to chase down our leader, Kevin Kirkbride, at this stage of the race. I'll be honest.
It's a very impressive drive so far. It's great overall driving you see from Phil, regardless of pace. He's running a very clean out there, and I gotta say, to jump into this car and perform put up this type of performance here in his first race is very impressive. way to go, but we'll see how things shake out for him. The big unknown for him right now is pit strategy. What's he going to do? These guys have been doing this for a number of races here in these cars. And that's where we may see him get caught out a little bit. But we'll see how it goes for him. As we're following Chris Moses now, he is trying to chase down John Houston. Parsons is falling off that track slightly. Meanwhile, Houston is closing up on Alan Jacobs. As you look at Phil Vitt starting to pull away now from Jacobs in third. Whoa, we got somebody off there. Who was that? That was Traskell, who kind of turned around right in front of Hefner and Samard. So a little anxious moment for those guys. But they get by without issue. Traskell drops a couple positions. He's back on track now.
Yeah, speaking of Samard, he has yet to get by that Zach Hefner. You talked about that a couple, 3 laps ago, but Samard not yet able to pick up that position. It will be for 8th now if he does, though, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah, Samard managed to, well back to, I believe it was 21st, managed to pick off some spots here, but Hefner's a different animal. He's not going to be an easy guy to get around, as Houston with a big slide at Woodcock. Now Phil Vitt again resets last lap with a 26.4.
Yeah, that is pretty seriously faster now. That is making some inroads. And yeah, okay. So now can Vitt continue that pace? Which is, oh my God, I cannot tell you how difficult it is to run these cars consistently. It is incredibly difficult. So can he maintain his pace? And can Kirkbride, seeing that time come down, maintain his pace at the front to try to keep it consistent?
Speaking of our front runner, let's haven't focused on him at all this too much since the lead changed, but Kirkbride running consistently there as that lead is starting to shrink a little bit over Phil Vitt. You see Phil Vitt exiting that corner there in the distance, so it's been right around 6 seconds as Mascarelli has called it a night.
Tough luck there, Parza. We feel you. All been there.
Yeah, that was not sure what happened there, but we saw it happen in the distance. Tough situation for sure. We've got a little bit of a respite here. Slightly spread out. Samard and this battle still continuing. This battle for 11th is slightly spread out. Olsen leading Taylor in 12th. We got Traskell getting chased down by Walton, and there's a lead that is between those guys. I think that is a lap car. It is. Oh, that's Greg Myers there. So somehow to Myers, he had to pit. He is a lap down. John Walker have a look up to the inside of Traskell. This is from 13. Big event in turn. The final corner. That was a lot of guys involved. But I'm surprised we didn't see more of the time this afternoon. These guys got away.
Yeah, it's such a high-speed corner, and it's so difficult to take evasive action. When you start into that corner, you have pretty much one thing to do, and that's to finish your line or the corner done. Ooh,
Walton and Traskell have it coming together. Did Walton hit the inside wall there? I'm not sure. Had a late braking maneuver on Traskell. Yeah, his suspension is wrecked.
He actually missed the apex to the inside, and the wall happened to be there.
Got into Traskell. Traskell bumped there, but it doesn't look like he lost any position because of that. All right, so we'll run now now, working
Oh.
lap 60. Ooh, what do we see here?
Somebody was stopped on track, and Watson, I just looked up because something happened. Some guy is stuck on track, and Watson crushed him.
Chuck Carter in the pits. Oh yeah, Watson is, looks like it was Ryan Robbins. Watson is stationary, and looks like he's terminal.
The car just stopped dead on track, so I don't know if that was a computer issue or what. Ouch.
So the battle for fourth between Chris Moses and John Houston. This has been a pretty impressive try from Houston so far, dealing with it while it was out, dealing with this pressure from Moses pretty much for the 17 laps, and has been another fast lap, 26.2. But yeah, we've seen Houston get a little rattled at times, I'd say, but putting in a nice drive here.
Yeah, frankly, with the exception of Kyalami, which Houston looked very strong at, but came away with no points. He hasn't looked terribly strong. He's had a decent race there at Zandvoort. Actually, had a good finish.
Slide there. Not going to be enough for Moses to get by. Yep.
Yeah, going to give up the spot here, but nonetheless, it has been a good run for Houston, and frankly, it's about time.
These guys have been running very similar lap times here. 27 flat best for Houston, 27.1 for Moses. The gap is still remains around 6 seconds between quick drive.
It's come down a bit.
Yep, it's come down slightly. Mark still unable to get around Zach Hefner. Mark DeGraw has closed up on these guys. 6 personal best for DeGraw this race, so he's got good pace. Jacobs has now dipped into the 26s.
Have lost 8 drivers now through 18 laps of this event, and I have to say that's a little higher than I would have expected. But a couple weird retirements there with Watson getting caught up with the guy just completely stationary on the racing line. So
yeah, it was a little unusual. Oh, Hefner. Oh, it looked like for a moment, yeah, he might have had a bit of a off or something as him and Samard go side by side. Is Samard going to hang on to that spot? He is. Great overtake. DeGraw now looking to take advantage. It's not close enough. That was into Magus. And a great overtake from Samard. So finally, after a number of laps, able to make his way past Zach Hefner for 8th.
Yeah, definitely not a position you want to give up. I mean, you talked about Hefner wanting to maintain that position over his championship rival, and it's good to see DeGraw back up there. But in 10th, boy, it has been such a bad stretch for Mark DeGraw. Such speed and such promise. A great opening lap there at the race at Kyalami, but only 4 points the last 3 events here for Mark DeGraw with all that speed out.
Yeah, he's had some unfortunate incident. Zandvoort was out last week. Especially after such a great season last season. So no doubt disappointment for him so far. Continue to watch these guys. It's tightened back up a bit. DeGraw really putting the heat on Hefner now.
Maybe it lost a little focus after losing that position. And again, the cars can change handling, not dramatically, but they can change enough to where you notice it when you do burn that fuel off. So that can have some effect. Oh!
The car's slow.
Yeah.
Hefner giving up 2 spots there in the last couple laps. I think Omar gets it mechanical issues.
It was Omar putting in a pretty good show last week. Coming in actually only 15th, but had run much higher than that earlier in that very difficult spot 66 race last week.
Back out front here. Jacobs still with a 2-second gap over Alan Jacobs in third, so Vic looks like he gave up a little time to Kirk ride. He's gone up a couple seconds between those two guys. Moses and Houston continue to run close together. Meanwhile, DeGraw Samad has finally running in the 27s, finally dipped into the 26s. Most of the guys have run into the 26s now that fuel has burned off these cars.
Oh, it's fit! He's put it off into the wall through, I don't know where that was. Stowe, maybe.
So it looks like he's got it back together here. Dodged the bullet here.
It's looking pretty straight.
Yeah. He's still ahead of Jacobs.
Yeah, he had slipped off. I think he was seeing that gap grow and was trying to push a little extra, and it did not work out.
That goes up that gap between these two guys. Omar is out. Let's talk about the situation. Kirkbride, who's got max ballast for the moment, leading the race. If he were to win tonight, he would tack on an extra 20 kilograms. So the absolute max is 80. So 60 is the max, but a win with max ballast. So we haven't seen that happen in quite a long time. Tonight could be the night for Kirkbride. As we work lap 21, and Jacobs, oh, he hits the wall now. Taking it well deep. Where was that? That was at Stowe?
Yeah, same corner that Phil had done it lap before.
That was a rear tire contact for Jacobs, and oh, he's got it all wrong. He's got some issues. Now would be the time to come in, but looks like he's just trying to feel the car out. As Houston has made his way past Chris Moses. So Chris Moses looks like he's made a little bobble there and has allowed Houston past. Now DeGrasse sets fast lap on the race with a 26 1. These guys are really starting to put it together now.
Yeah, over halfway now in this event, and Kirkbride and Hefner in 10th. So that's the team that's doing well right now. But I guess it's Houston and Parsons probably gaining a few more points. It's close.
Traskell, the first to act here into the pits on lap 22. Reached the halfway point of this race.
Yeah, halfway, and a lot of attrition. Nine cars now out, more than I would have anticipated.
Kirkbride's laps here. Very consistent in them. Unbelievably consistent from lap 15, lap 16 down to now. It's just been consistent with 26.
Yeah, it's really ridiculously consistent, actually. I mean, like pretty shockingly.
Yeah. So it looks like Houston starting to close up slightly here on Alan Jacobs for third. For running order now that these stops are about to take place. So Kirkbride currently leading with a 10-second gap over Phil Vitt in second. Vitt is Alan Jacobs in third, followed by John Houston. Moses running in the fifth position. Jim Parsons in sixth. Kevin Miller running a nice seventh. Followed by Philippe Samard in eighth. LeBlanc in ninth. Zach Hefner running in 10th. Jesse Olsen in 11th. Matt Taylor back in 12th. Andrew Warner running in 13th. Followed by Peter Burke in 14th. Tom Traskell in 15th. He's already made a stop, lap down. Gary Roth in 16th. Brian Story running in 17th. And Thomas Schubeck. Looks like they took a sledgehammer to the car. He is running in 18th. Phil Vitt in the pits. So Phil Vitt pitting on lap 24. Let's see how this works out for him.
Yeah, he was one of the guys electing to take a little less fuel out there and split up those stops a little more evenly. So, and Samard, we know he typically has not taken it very deep this season, so we expect to see Samard in pretty soon, I guess, unless he's kind of changed his mind about that situation. But still running relatively close. Look, these guys down to 9th, still within 30 seconds of leader Kevin Kirkbride, which honestly...
That's a good point. I didn't even notice that, to be honest with you. It's really not that big of a gap. I mean, it's a big gap, but not as big as we typically see.
No, and it's one Kirkbride, mistake or off away from being, like only 15 seconds off the lead, right?
It's a very important lap for Kirkbride. He can manage his pace currently, but like I said, one mistake or one loop that's not easy to get these things turned around and back running.
Yeah.
Following Martin Rouse. Now to put the heat on Philippe Samard in 7th. Canadians going at it. Oh! Going to make the move.
Pretty easily.
I wonder what that was all about there.
Had a good run. He made his intentions clear, but at the same time, it almost seemed like Samard did kind of pull over for him, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, maybe there's some Canadian conspiracy we don't know about. Or, I mean, it could be. I'm not sure if we didn't ask around the paddock because it hasn't been a problem that blistering problem these cars can have occasionally. Hasn't popped up too often. A tiny bit there at Kailani. So I'm just wondering if maybe there's a little of that going on, which can really add to the tire wear. Yeah. Well, like I said, it hasn't been a problem the last couple 3 races. It's kind of been forgotten. We thought we were going to have these blistering wars, and it pretty much just never materialized. But I wonder if it's not going on a little bit here.
Schubeck's sandwiched in between these guys, doing a good job letting them by. And is that Moses who's taking it off? Oh, that was Schubeck.
Nope.
That's a way wrong out into the pasture.
No, he was He was not too far away from Peter Burke, who I slipped over to, and Peter Burke's parked out.
Oh, I see that now, yeah. He is parked, and he's killed the engine. He's done.
Wow. So the attrition continues.
Yeah, a little surprised by that.
Well, it's about the easiest track they're gonna get. I mean,
Does not get any easier next week.
no, it does not. No, it does not get any easier at all. If you, this is your break. This is your rest. You know, if there's one track you're gonna survive, this should be it. So those bollards are not permanent. I find out as Schubeck rolls right through them, but so it must be a little ridge right there.
Yeah, I think it's a little dip in the track or something that upsets the car.
No.
Closest battle on track currently is this Alan Jacobs, John Houston battle for second. Working lap 27, so these guys, it appears they are going to take it deep. Phil Vitt has pitted and has rejoined in 12th. So, perhaps wondering, why hasn't anybody else come in?
Yeah, probably, right? So first race here on Monday nights, he's thinking, yeah, I'll take about halfway. Yeah, maybe not so much. Well, you mentioned that battle for second place. It is a good battle. Actually, that whole battle all the way through 8th is actually pretty good. That's actually a pretty close battle all the way through. So pit stops, and they're going to be coming up pretty. I mean, they can go to lap 32, right, maximum.
That's right, into the pits.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. These guys. Perhaps an early stop for Kurt Bryan?
Yeah, maybe.
Staying out. Jacobs. Now your new leader. Let's see if he stays out and actually leaves a lap here. Let's see where Kirkbride rejoins. He is away and comes out behind his teammate, just ahead of Jesse Olsen in 10th.
Yeah, still 9 positions back. Despite leading all that way.
So the difference between Kirkbride and Phil Vitt. About the same time there, Brad. About 13 seconds between those two times. So Vitt doesn't appear to have lost much time when he's about that gap when he came in.
Hefner has made some type of mistake, or is he just coming? Did he pit?
No,
He must have hit.
Hefner is...
Oh no! He made a mistake! He's got damage! Oh, that hurts!
He's got a few more corners to get by, to get through, and he can bring it into the pit, so he's not too far from the pit lane, so... He's going to have to nurse that thing back. Olsen has made his way back. Okay, Jacobs has come in. Houston now is your new leader. Jacobs comes out ahead of Vitt. So that was a quick stop for Alan Jacobs. Taylor remains out on track. Wait a second, is Taylor pitted yet?
I don't think Taylor has pitted yet. No.
Jacobs with a pretty sizable 10-second gap over Phil Vitt. Jacobs made a mistake. Well, he hasn't. He has to finish this lap.
Yeah.
Hefner into the pits.
Yeah, these stops only going to get faster and faster from this point as less fuel goes in. Yeah, well, this has suddenly turned pretty interesting, and only more so as the pit stop cycles continue to cycle through here. Just 3 or 4 more guys there in front to come in yet before it's decided.
7-second advantage in pit stop between Nick and Jacob. Question is, does Jacobs have enough fuel to go the rest of the way? 13 laps to go, give or take. These guys are really bunching up. Parsons, Miller, DeGraw, we got Olsen. Putting the pressure on Kevin Kirkbride, but we know Olsen still has to come in for service. Oh, Kirkbride with a big slide.
It's a kind of a tricky pit lane. You can actually make up. Oh, Big Red coming into the pit lane. Moses spinning. Aaron Parsons has hit him. DeGraw as well. And I was just mentioning how dangerous a pit entrance it was, where Kirkbride could have lost some time.
Wow. So DeGraw, Parsons is in the pits. Olsen comes in, so everybody, a lot of action in the pit lane. Houston has stayed out. But did not see, just caught the tail end of that.
Yeah, I was on board with somebody when suddenly a spinning Moses appeared in front of whoever it was. I was on board, and they sure hit him.
It's such a fast corner that these guys, if you're behind someone who's pitting, you have to be prepared to slow up. Because if you're following tight with somebody, that guy in front's going to check up and try and make it in the pits. Let's see, Samard has yet to pit.
Boy, Samard, he's going to pick up a lot of time on those guys who ran into trouble coming into the pits. He's going to have a shot at 2 or 3 positions he might not have had a shot at, Al.
That's a good point. Houston now in. So let's see what Houston could do here in relation to Kirkbride and Jacobs. This is going to be nip and tuck here. This is going to be a fast stop for Houston. And is he away? Oh, he's away. Is he going to come out ahead of Kirkbride? He does.
Wow. 5 laps earlier, that fuel savings in the pits all it took, but I think Kirkbride had a bit of a slow stop, Al. I think he got into the pit lane a little slowly.
Kevin Miller now is your new leader. Now let's see what he can do. He wasn't far off of John Houston.
Wow, no, he was not. And Philippe Samard, of course, only 1.3 behind that. So Samard has made a big move up, Al.
Yes, for sure. And he is flying at the moment. Kirkbride, that gap is just... There you see it. It's a 0.3 advantage for Houston over Kirkbride. So I think the cat's out of the bag at this point, Brad. Late stop is the way to go. Fill it full of fuel. Nearly full of fuel. Run it deep.
Well, I swear it was Samard last week saying that he wasn't really doing that, and that he didn't really want to like take it that deep for some reason. I can't remember exactly, or maybe I'm wrong about that. But anyway, he's into the pits. But he sure hasn't this race. He's taken it all the way to the end. I mean, can Miller do another lap? We talked about.
These guys are going to get by. Samard is away.
Yeah, big move up for Samard. Wow. Big move up. And that Moses, DeGraw, those guys that got into that wreck coming in just got hosed. They lost out big time.
Jacobs right there, just a couple seconds off of these guys, and no doubt hoping these two have it coming together. He's got a shot at this. Kevin Miller, who is your leader, still has to make a stop. He's got 17 seconds up on Houston.
It's all come together.
In the lead. I tell you what, Miller has been driving well these last several seasons. Great to see him right there fight for it.
right now, if he gets in and out of the pits in pretty good nick, it's going to be the top 5 covered by about 5 seconds. I mean, throw a blanket over him. That's how close it's going to be. Because right now, virtually, John Houston out in front. It's all come right together. So if Miller can't make the rest of this lap, there he goes.
Oh, he overshot his pit box. Oh! Overshot his pit box. That could cost him. Yep, there goes
It'll cost him.
Houston and Kirkbride. Jacob's going to get past. Can Samard get past? He does. So, yeah, that costs him valuable time there. He rejoins in 5th.
Yeah, I counted it in my head with Mississippi's. There's about 4 seconds given up going into the first corner, and that's, you back up, and even if you lose 2, that's a whole bunch of boatload of time.
Let's see what can Houston do here. Can he deal with the pressure from Jacobs? Lost some time there.
Yeah.
Second between Jacobs and Houston.
Well, it's a whole different deal for Kevin Kirkbride right now, being behind John Houston. So,
Samard just 4 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's Kirkbride now is, unless he can get out front like right now, this whole situation's different because you can't go out there and kind of casually turn those nice laps and pull away steadily. If he's got to fight for it, those guys are going to be on him in a second.
Slide from Houston.
Yeah, and if you're John Houston right now, you need to be kind of in pre-block mode. You need to go, okay, well, you can't block late. Oh, a little bang off the wall.
Yeah, a little contact with the inside wall.
Close at that wheel if it's bent a little bit, but I think it's all right. Maybe.
Well, these cars are very sensitive to suspension failure. I think he dodged a bullet there for sure. So Jacobs may be able to claw into this lead. These guys got same with Samad there in 4th. Gotta hope these guys run slow enough that he can join this party for the lead.
So, oh god, Parsons must have got caught up in that pit entrance melee or something, right?
Yeah, he's back there in 14th, lap down. Must have had some suspension failure.
Yeah.
Moses back in 8th, and Olsen looks like he has just made the move on Moses. He has. He's gotten by, so Olsen now, he is pitted and is up to 8th. Lap 36 and 43. It's quickly winding down here.
Yeah.
Got some lap traffic up ahead. Looks like that is Tom Traskell. Running in 13th. Big lock up from Traskell.
Houston looking to survive this lap traffic and another 6 or 7 laps.
Houston pulling away down the straight. I think that's the advantage there. Not carrying the weight there too. Oh, Traskell in a tough spot here. Good job letting these guys through.
Was. Oh.
That's given Houston some breathing room there. That cost a few tenths.
Caused a few heart attacks.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's Jacobs now that lead down to 2.7 seconds for Houston over those two guys. These guys have to deal with this lap traffic. what a recovery for Samad, man. He was back there after that spin back in 21st. Just noting Hefner back in 11th after his suspension issues. So Samad trying to reel in Jacobs there with her.
Yeah, really, if you're Philippe Samard right now, you have some more work to do because you really want to get up to Kirkbride. You want to try to, pass Kirkbride for that position because you need to if you, want to gain points in the championship, right? Doing a good job with Hefner now back in 11th, but still some work to do if you're in Philippe's. And I mean, hey, it is Kirkbride with the 60 kilograms and only Samard with 20, right? So
I think if Samard could get past Jacob somehow here, he may have the pretty similar lap time. So it looks like those guys are pretty well matched. But very impressive run here for Jacobs. Got to give him credit. He's had a couple great qualifying sessions the last couple races, but just ran into some bad luck not having the results. He was hoping he can hang on to this podium. This would be a great result.
yeah, he hasn't put together this type of result. I mean, it looks like he's been capable of running that top 5 week after week, just has not really completed one of those events. And 5 laps to go. He's got a shot. Getting pressured now, though.
Bard having a look on the inside. Jacobs looking to counter, but cannot.
Yeah, I think
Bard gets his spot away.
Yeah, I think that's a good move. If you're Jacobs, go ahead and finish off one of those great events. 4th place, not so shabby, really, after a lot of what could have been here the last 3 weeks. Smart enough. Loops it though. So it's Samard now looking to get up to Kirkbride and about 4.5 laps with which to manage the task.
It's going to be a tall order. Let's look at these laps. So last time by, last couple laps, 27.4, 26.5.
Yeah, I was a little nervous actually initially looking at Houston's time after the stops, and he was pushing pretty hard, and I thought that he might be overdriving a little bit, but it looks like he's settled into a pace which is actually a little bit above what he was doing, the first part of the first stint. So he's looking good. I think he's got a good shot at this one.
A little further back, Phil Vitt closing slightly on Kevin Miller for 5th. You gotta wonder, Brad, this performance that Kevin Kirkbride has thrown together with all this weight is pretty remarkable. I mean, granted, that first lap incident, or second lap incident, whatever it was, certainly helped him out here. Who knows if he would have been in this position given what happened, but still.
No, absolutely. I think that, look, to win one of these championships, you do have to drive very well. You do also have to have a lot of luck. And frankly, he did have a lot of, this was his luck race, I think, of the season for sure. Because that was really helpful, that early incident. There were a lot of guys that were going to be able to challenge early for that spot and put a lot more pressure on him early. And then, frankly, the freakish coming into the pits when that group of guys coming into the pit stops, a lot of those guys would have been way closer to Kirkbride, may even have had a chance of that pass too. So, but nonetheless, he did put in some incredibly consistent laps that first stint when he was on his own. And that really probably was the ultimate difference. So, yeah, a bit of both.
So John Houston with 3. Looking lap 40, about 3 laps to go here. He's got a bit more of a cushion over Kirkbride. I gotta wonder if Kirkbride, it's a little slight off somewhere that allowed Houston to pull up over a second lead.
Yeah, and that at the same time has also allowed Samard with a very good lap. Samard's, I think, best lap here, coming last lap. He is pushing for what he's worth at this moment.
Yeah, he really is pushing as he just throws it wide. Houston coming up on lap traffic here. That's Thomas Schubeck. Should be an issue. Schubeck moves over. Oh, Kirkbride takes it wide. Exiting that final corner. That's cost him a bunch of time. This is looking really well right now for John Houston. Really good. 1.5 second lead now over Kevin Kirkbride.
Looking more favorable for Samard as well behind.
I think Kirkbride is fine finishing in this spot second, but no doubt it will make it very difficult for Samard to make his way past if it comes to that. Only 2 laps to go. Oh, Kirkbride turns it around. Samard heavy into him. Oh boy, where is Samard? Is he? And Jacobs now is going to get past Samard and move up to second. Kirkbride has fallen down back to 5th with Phil Vitt not far off. Let's see, Kirkbride's got suspension damage. He does. He does. He's off with suspension damage. Phil Vitt gets past, moves up to 5th. Ross should be taking that spot, but now Alan Jacobs, Samard lucky to get away with one there. Jacobs now moves into the second position. I gotta think that was a mistake made by Kirkbride on his own. Yeah.
Kirkbride just looped it. Samard had absolutely no place to go. No place to go. He might have had a chance maybe to get to the inside if he's been like millimeter fast, but he had nowhere to go.
A bit of a blind corner as well. It was not sure how much smoke was coming up off of Kirkbride, but
Kirkbride spun it, and there's just the cars don't react well enough to be able to stop on a dime or move. The grip isn't good enough, and that's just bad situation. And
Kirkbride continues to lose positions here back into 8th.
He does, and
trying to keep it on track.
Can't hardly turn right at all. Oh no! Oh, just disaster! Boy, the impact didn't. I mean, did he hit a wall after that initial impact?
I think it was that contact with Samard that caused the suspension to go off.
But it's bad. That's as bad as see.
Final lap here of this race. It's John Houston with a 6-second lead over Alan Jacobs in second. And Philippe Samard in third. This is going to be a huge boost for Samard, and no doubt lucky to get away with one there. What a showing here for Phil Vitt running in 5th. Kevin Miller in 4th. There's a lot of names you don't typically see there up front, aside from Samard. Jacobs doing a good job hanging on to the lead. Should say hanging on to second. This is been a long time since John Houston has won. This is a couple seasons ago he took the win, but
I think right now if you're John Houston, you're kind of going, I don't know what the hell happened, but But yeah, this is badass. This is, I mean, man, that guy's got to be grinning ear to ear. What a way to, you got to say, frankly, kind of back into one. I mean, he had the speed, he drove a great race, and
takes the checkered flag. John Houston, your winner here at Silverstone. Alan Jacobs finishing second. Leaves Simon right behind him in third. Kevin Miller, what a great performance for him. Going to take fourth. And a very impressive debut from Bill Vick, finishing in fifth. DeGrasse is going to finish in sixth. Jesse Olsen with a nice run in seventh. Chris Moses looks like he will finish in eighth. Matt Taylor behind him in ninth. Kevin Kirkbride continues to soldier on here with suspension damage, takes 10th, his teammate behind him in 11th. And Andrew Warner is going to be the last car in the lead lap with a good showing here for him. His first full finish here, he's going to take 12th. Subbing for that team, the French Connection. Let's see if we can get John Houston up here. Oh, I'm trying. There we go. Please scroll up. Baby steps here. Climbing the ladder in Discord so we can get them into the damn chat. Is. Okay, finally, John Houston, do you copy?
I got you.
Well, I know we've been giving you a hard time these last few races, some sketchy incidents, but man, what a performance tonight. And I gotta say, we were talking about it in the broadcast, it came down to that pit stop. I mean, pitted late, managed to come out ahead of Kirkbride. And that was it. I know it was some anxious moment. I mean, you were nose to tail the whole race. Between you, Moses, that first stint was really hectic. And then to come out just repeating, coming back out after you stop with Kirkbride all over your tail. Talk us through it.
Yeah, that wasn't easy. I worked for that one for sure. Made a few mistakes in the first stint, but gathered it back up and just, did the laps, hit my marks. You're right about the fuel. I went longer than everybody else. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think Miller went a little bit longer, but it was a good stop. Qualifying for me, I say week after week, I suck. But man, I don't know where that came from, guys. I didn't think I had anything for anybody. I was just like, I'll just do the race. And there we are.
Yeah, the key in the end really was that pit stop, but I mean, maybe almost as importantly was the first stint where you fought as hard as you had to fight really to keep yourself in that position, right? There were a lot of close moments, a lot of action in that first stint. Some big wrecks going on as well, and then the pit stop. And I'll be honest with you, when I saw you come out front, I started immediately looking at the times. Okay, is John Houston going to start overdriving, right? Is he going to start pushing over his limit? But you didn't. You hung tough. You kept the consistent laps, but they were very fast laps all the way through. And so just how nervous were you those last 10 laps to finish it off?
Yeah, well, Kirkbride's a pretty fast guy, right? So with him half a second behind me, I was doing my best to do exactly what you said, not overdrive the car. Believe it or not, I listened to what you say. And, I was making sure that I was tight to the apex, not giving him any room. I kind of think he was cutting me a break, he wasn't being super aggressive. But, at the end of it, I was ahead and I got the win, baby.
I got to ask you real quick before we let you go. That incident early on with Taylor and a bunch of other guys, did you happen to catch a look at that? Did you notice what happened there? What caused that?
No idea. I got to think that maybe somebody got a little sideways coming out of the final corner and mayhem ensued. No idea. It's so easy to lose the back of this car that I very well could have been what happened, but I didn't see anything, just dirt and smoke.
Well, tremendous finish, John. Great job. You definitely deserve it. You're there every week. So I know it's been a while, but well earned. And hey, you got one up on your legendary teammate here. Yeah,
yeah, you bet. Hey, I out-qualified him and I won the race. Can it get any better?
There you go.
I'm going to quit right now. Hey, thanks, guys.
All right, good job. All right, man. Unbelievable result there. Great to see Houston taking the win. And what a finish to this race, Brad. I mean, I am like Kirkbride making that mistake. We were talking about his consistency, just so perfect that throughout the race and that one little mistake.
I was going to question that consistency. So, but in all seriousness, it was a mistake. But you know what? It's not the end of the world. Dude has a pretty good lead in the championship. He's got his teammate close to him in those points. If you're going to make a mistake like that and still be able to finish 10th, you know what? You're the lucky race that you have to win a championship. This becomes his race where he had a bad race, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been, right?
That's true.
So yeah, to still be able to come home 10th, it happened late. It's not the end of the world. It sucks, but you're gonna have one of those races if 10th is worse than it happened. But how about that top 5? What was it? Vitt was up there, I think. Jacobs.
Samara,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yep. On the podium, Miller up there in the top 5 situation. So it was a great top 5. Great to see those guys up there. A really intriguing race all the way throughout, and we see just how difficult it is not only to race each other with this car, but just to race yourself in the track in this car, right? And so it makes these events very intriguing, despite what gaps are going on. A little more attrition than we'd like to see. Hopefully, we'll clean that up next race. I'm sure we will. Okay, that's it. Thanks, Al.
Well, just real quick, just reading. It looks like Taylor did clip that dip in the track there, exiting the final corner, which caused them to lose the car. So that I think is what happened. So we'll have to check that out. But anyway, yeah, thank you, Brad. And man, what a great race tonight. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will be back next Monday night from the Nordschleife, one of the easiest tracks on the calendar for these guys. So I'm just joking. That's going to be one heck of a race. So survival will be key for that one for sure. But until then, we'll be back this Thursday from Monza in the GT Series starting at 9 with Jake and Jack bringing you the coverage for that one. So until then, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next week at 9 from the Schleife. Have a good night. Thanks, Brad.